Hello, my dear students of class 6. So, in the last class, we were discussing that Taro got sick from a little waterfall and he brought it after filling it in his pitcher, and his father gave that sick to others, and the next day all the villagers went near the waterfall and to bring that sick. Then what happened, that we will see today. We have been tricked, and they were drinking, and they were thinking that they were finding the taste that it was nothing but water. And then they were saying, we have been tricked, we have been deceived, we have been cheated. So shouted the villagers. Villagers were saying that Taro cheated us, deceived us. Where is Taro? Let us drown him down in this waterfall. They were saying that let's go and bring Taro and drown him in this waterfall because he cheated us. But Taro had been wise enough to sleep behind a rock where he saw how things were going. Then Taro was seeing all these things, and he was very much clever, he was wise, so he didn't come forward, and he just went behind the rock, hid behind the rock, and he was seeing how things were going. He was nowhere to be found, and the villagers were saying that they were not finding him. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Muttering means speaking unclearly. They were just saying something angrily, but not in clear voice. So muttering their anger and disappointment. They were disappointed because they came with a great hope to take the sick, but they didn't get. That's why they were disappointed. And they left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Then Taro, after the villagers went away from the place, Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was it true that it was nothing but water? And he wondered. He was thinking, was the sick a dream? Means Taro was thinking, was the sick a dream? Only a dream. Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. Again, to confirm, he took some that water, whether it was only water or sick, and tasted. It was the same fine sick, and he tasted that it was same fine sick. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sick. A thoughtful son. He was very much careful, thoughtful about his parents. And the magic waterfall. Why magic? Because when the villagers were tasting, it was nothing but water. But when the Taro was tasting, it was sick. So only for Taro, it was delicious, tasty sick. And to everyone else, it gave only water. For others, it was only water, cold water. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. And this story of Taro and the magic waterfall reached the Emperor, king of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter, means he just sent a team to call the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. And rewarded him because he was very much kind and good towards his parents. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. Then he named the most beautiful fountain of the city as Taro. This, said the emperor, was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. This, said the emperor. Emperor said he named after his name Taro because then others will be encouraged. Everyone will be encouraged to honor, to give respect, and to obey their parents. So, what do you learn from this text? That you should give respect and you should obey your parents. That's all, and that is a Japanese story retold. Japanese story retold. Okay, told again. That's all. Thank you.